Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Long time no talk. We are doing a new video today. I hope you enjoy. Let's get into the vlog. I have not had a lot of 5-star reads this year. I have been in the trenches when it comes to reads. I'm reading good books, but I'm not having many that are sort of blowing me away. But I thought I would challenge myself in this video and like read a ton of books that I think potentially be 5 stars, just different kinds of books to see what ends up being a 5-star. A lot of mixes of genres and just trying to see what will hit the 5-star. I've got a fantasy in there. There is sports romance, small town, college sports romances, romantic suspense, a lot of like my go-to genres and a couple of different new things. But let's see how we go. Make sure you grab a snack, grab a drink, get cozy, and I will see you guys at the end for the wrap up so you can find out what my 5-star read was of this challenge. Okay, you probably saw the intro and I am very sick, but I am working and it is what it is. So I am going to be starting my first book in this little trying to find a 5-star. I'm starting The Proposal Play by Lauren Blakely. Yeah, I hope I like it. I don't know how I'm gonna feel. I don't think I've ever had a 5-star by Lauren Blakely, but I am enjoying this series and I'm hoping that I do like it. Wow, I have really not been speaking much. When I win a date in Vegas with my brother's hockey star best friend, poker or go to sleep early. Instead, I wake up with a ring on my finger and a sexy athlete naked in my bed. But Ash is my best friend too, so we'll get this annulled and laugh about it, about this secret in years to come. Trouble is our wedding pics went viral overnight. Now everyone thinks we're a real couple. We race back home and where I've just landed the big art commission of my dreams. And okay, they're going to continue their accidental marriage. I've read this before. If you've read like Play Along by Liz Tomford, it sounds pretty similar, just the hockey version, which is not necessarily a bad thing. So let's get cracking. Okay, I'm still very sick. I'm still like fighting this cold and I need to sneeze. And I'm 25% of the way through The Proposal Play. It took like all that time for them to get accidentally married. Normally it happens like a little bit earlier, like towards the start. There was like a good chunk that was dedicated to like establishing their friendship. They have like secret feelings that neither of them are really aware of with each other or like themselves. It's very interesting. Overall, I don't think I really have any complaints. I'm very much just like enjoying the ride that we're going on. They've had one spicy scene. I'm like not feeling the super pull to their connection, but I'm gonna keep going and check in later. I'm so over being fucking sick. We're a couple of days later and I'm finally feeling somewhat better. I am over 50% of the way through The Proposal Play. I am really enjoying it. It's great. It's sort of just like fun, easy read that I've been like obviously listening to. And I don't really have any major critiques of it. Nothing really negative to say. It's just not 5-star material, I don't think. Not to say that they're bad by any means. They're just fun, easy, light reads. And sometimes you really just need that to break up everything else. The books obviously follow like a formula and a lot of the ones in this series have been really great. There's not a lot of on-ice in her hockey romances, which is again not necessarily a bad thing, it just depends what you want out of a hockey romance. Yeah, and there's not a lot of like depth of the characters. The characters sort of sit along the surface and just have fun, fall in love, and just like follow that storyline. I've never racked up my thoughts on The Proposal Play. I'm just waiting for my lunch to finish cooking, so let's do it now. This book is exactly what I expected from Lauren Blakely. Look, they're fun, it's light-hearted, it's playful. Unfortunately, it just didn't get a 5-star from me. 3.5, I just think that maybe she doesn't get 5 stars from me. I don't know. That's not how I'm feeling about it. She may never be a 5-star author for me. But yeah, it had a lot of similar other themes and tropes that like hit typical accidental marriage in Vegas style romances, very similar to things like Play Along or I just can't think of them off the top of my head. But yeah, similar themes. Definitely like Maeve and Asher had so many cute moments. Very like fun, delectable chemistry. But I just didn't really feel super hooked into them as a couple. It took me a while to get through this as compared to some other books that I've been reading. So it didn't hit that mark. But like I said, I still enjoy my time. It's fun, it's flirty, there's like banter, which is all the things that I want in a hockey romance. Literally no complaints in that aspect. Was the right book to sort of switch off my brain. I think if you just want an easy, light-hearted read, pick it up. If you're expecting a 5-star, you're probably not gonna get it. Unless that's like literally what you want. If that's your 5-star criteria, light-hearted fun, you might give it a 5-star. But for me personally, I need a little bit more depth and pull and emotion to give a book a 5-star. That is The Proposal Play. On to the next book. Next book is Protect by Paisley Hope. I have this as an audio arc. I hope I like it. I did like fight. It was I think I gave it a 4 stars, something like that. It was like darker and more like suspenseful than I expected. Absolute banger though. This is a series following like Sky Hotshots and they jump and fight fire or something or other. Don't know what it's about. I've got the audio arc, so I'm gonna listen to that now while I do some work for a couple of hours and we will see how I feel about it. Like I said, I literally know fucking nothing. Best friend's sister, because he lost his best friend and now his sister's back in town. I'm excited. This will be great. I think it's gonna be great. Do I think it's gonna be a 5-star? I don't know, it could be, it has the potential. I am now 25% of the way through Protect and I'm really enjoying it. It's definitely emotional. I don't know where I'm expecting it to go, but it is good. They previously had a relationship, flashback chapters. I haven't seen the demise of their relationship just quite yet, but I am enjoying the progression of their relationship. I'm very keen to see how everything is going to unfold and what is going to happen. Can I be a 5-star? I'm unsure. It could be, who knows? But I am thoroughly enjoying it. Very excited to read Paisley Hope's Cowboy series after, because they are very popular and I'm excited. So I'm going to keep reading and get back to you. Chapter 31, I'm 50% of the way through this and I am loving it. It is very good. We've just had the like confession of like the reason why he broke up with her. I love the way it was done because it was told in like flashback POV and sort of then the chapter ends and then we go back to like present day POV. I liked it because it was obviously telling the story without it being like a regurgitation of like him telling her what happened. I don't know, I really liked that format of telling a reason. Our first spicy scene which was kind of interrupted and yeah, they're very much looking into each other. I'm curious to see what they're going to do with the final 50% of the book because obviously they confessed, you know, the feelings, confessed the reason for the breakup. So what are we going to do with the last 50%? Is there going to still be pining, or maybe it isn't like a proper confession, like it's going to be a journey of like how they're going to make the relationship work when she's a single mom. But I am loving it. I'm loving the duet narration. It's a fantastic book. Definitely sitting at a 4-star. Don't know if it'll hit a 5-star. We will see. Depend if we can get to the depth of like what I need and like the healing emotional journey, because there is like a very heavy story that runs through this. I finished Protect and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I thought it was fantastic. Do I think it's a 5-star? No, I think it's like a 4.5 star. I think it's great. I just think like once they sort of reconcile, if they're kind of just coasting, and I think there could have been a little bit of a more of emotional development, but maybe that's me being picky. I don't know. I'm really just not having that 5-star feeling from a lot of books. I don't know, it's just not hitting the way that I expected it to. I just think more could have been done to sort of delve into their relationship and sort of just give me more depth to their story and their growth. We're gonna pivot a little bit. We're gonna read a book that I wasn't planning on reading, but I'm reading. Well, I was planning on reading it eventually. Didn't know I was gonna read it right now, but I am. I'm reading The Witch Collector. This is upside down. I'm reading The Witch Collector by Teresa Weeks. Fantasy book. I believe it's technically adult fantasy. I actually don't know if it's adult or if it's YA, but either way, I don't know. I started this last night, quite late in the night, and I picked it up and was immediately completely freaking hooked, and I love it. I have not been able to stop thinking about reading this book all day. I had so many other things that I should have been doing tonight, but I'm in bed early and I'm gonna read because that is what I feel like doing. I don't know how long it's gonna take me. I am like only 10% of the way through it, but I'm flying through it and obsessed. So I'm gonna read. I am really enjoying. I am 50% of the way through The Witch Collector and I think it's fantastic. I am like enthralled into the story, very curious to see where this is going to go. The plot is there. I'm like, okay, what is happening? What's the goal? Like I'm unsure where we're heading. The romance is, you can see there is a romantic interest there, but it's not building just yet. But this is a 4-book series, so I can't expect too much just yet. But I'm very happy with the progress I am making with that. It is very slow, but I think the last 50% is definitely going to amp up the action. So, okay, finished yet another book. So I finished The Witch Collector. Loved it, but I'm going to give it a 4.5. I think there was like a little bit of a lull in it. I do think it's a fantastic book. Great, like beginner fantasy. So good. I'm really obsessed with it. I just think there's a little bit of a lull through it. And then sort of all the action sort of picks up at the end and the pacing just is slightly off. I need to give it a 5-star. Cannot wait to see where it goes next. I will be diving into that second book very soon and I hope it's as good as I expect it to be. I am now going to read When We Burn by Kristen Proby. I don't if I've given any of her books 5 stars, but we're gonna see. This one seems different. She's like a heroine that's in danger. She's running from her stalker, goes to this small town and falls in love with her doctor. Like, slay. She's Irish, he's hot, she's got red hair. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? I don't think any of her books have really been like that suspenseful. So this could be like the one that blows me away, but we will see. Okay, so it's the next day and somehow I started on my break and we are now 70% of the way through it. And I'm loving it. Like, I'm loving every single freaking second. It is so good. It is so fun. I'm just like really into it. The spice is spicing. I'm really enjoying the romance. The plot is brewing. But I have a feeling the plot is kind of going to escalate all at the end. Could it be a 5-star? Potentially. It's definitely not a bad book. I think the way it is written, just it just feels so genuine and pure, and like there's like hair washing, and I just really love the effortless romance. I think that there is just this beautiful friendship as well as obviously romance. I think it's just crafted in such a way that it just hits all my boxes in a romance, and that's really why I've been enjoying Kristen Proby's books, because she is so just splitting to read from. I think she does a great job. On that note, this camera's gonna die, so I'll update you guys at the end with my final thoughts. I finished on my break and I absolutely loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Her best work that I've ever read. Definitely like a top fave from her, but I still think it's hitting like a 4.5. Like, I just don't think that I'm getting that 5-star feeling. I feel like a lot of Skylar's growth comes from her relationship and her romance with Beckett, not by herself, which is like what I need for like a 5-star. I don't know, just something about it just doesn't hit that 5-star feeling for me. And I do feel like the plot was very much conveniently tied up and very quick. I think there wasn't that sort of pull into the build up in an interesting way. I loved the ending. I'm very excited for the next book, but Kristen Proby is easily one of my favorite authors that I've discovered recently, and I still really do recommend this book to a lot of people because I do think it is fan-fucking-tastic. But yeah, it's probably sitting at a 4.5. I don't think it's a 5-star. Am I going to find a 5-star soon? I really freaking hope so. I am going to move on to a sports romance. I haven't listened to a hockey romance in a very long time, and I feel like I need to break it up a little bit. So I'm gonna listen to Unsteady by Peyton Corinne. I have heard that this is fantastic. Let me see if any of my friends have rated it 5 stars, because I like to know whether it's like 5-star potential. This is also a debut novel, I believe, so if she can give me a 5-star right off the gate, I'd be happy. Most people have rated it at least a 4-star. I'm nervous. I think I'll enjoy it. Will I give it a 5-star? I don't think so. I actually don't even know the fucking premise of this book. She is trying to fight for custody of her younger brothers. Also, she's a figure skater, and then she's starting to have like panic attacks and like nightmares because of an accident that happened while he was skating last year. She's drowning in debt, trying to maintain custody of her kids. Sadie finds Reese like in the middle of a panic attack, helps him through it. They're very much like drawn to each other apparently, and they're gonna battle through their struggles together while they skate. Could be the perfect emotional read that I need. A 5-star. Chapter 16 in this book, and I'm enjoying it. It does have a bit of emotional depth, and there is some level of journey that they are going to go on. However, I think my critique is, why is this so slow? I mean, it is only 360 pages, so it's not that long, but it's definitely like a slower burn. It's very insta-lovey, but we're also slow burning, but there's also a reason as to why it's so slow. I'm just not like blown away. I think it's just an interesting one. Yeah, I don't really know how to explain it other than I'm just not blown away. Going to you live from my bathroom, not a location I usually film in, but my hair is about to be blow dried. I need to do my skincare. So I guess let's update. I did finish Unsteady. Now, definitely not a 5-star. Thinking maybe it's a 3.5 star, unfortunately. There was definitely like this surface levelness to it. There was some heavy subject matter, but it kind of just still felt surface, and I don't want to be too harsh because I'm pretty sure it is a debut novel, but it was good. I just didn't love it. It was sort of slow burn, then the end rushed, And like I said, it was surface level. So I think it just comes down to being a debut novel and just the author still learning, which is fine. It's just not a 5-star for me, I think, and that's okay. The first book in the latest A.L. Jackson series, which is called From Here into Eternity. It's dark, it is gritty. It's a romantic single dad. She's running from something and obviously come to his town to sort of get away, and he's determined to figure out what's going on with her and why she's trying to run away all the time. Yeah, she's forming a really beautiful bond with his sister as well as his son. All I know so far is that his child's mother has died. How? I don't know. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. She's run away for some reason. Can't really work out exactly why. It's something to do with her dad and his business partner. We're still having my dad, and I won't tell you because I don't want to spoil it. But I'm probably like a third of the way through it. He's also in like a motorcycle gang, like a criminal motorcycle gang of sorts, where they're like investigating and putting people down. So action-packed, gritty, fun, no critiques. But that's where I'm at with my books. I'll update you when I finish or have something to say about the A.L. Jackson book, but just know I'm having a great time with it. So I'm gonna go dry my hair now once I've rubbed in this cream and get on with my evening. So it was a solid read. It ended up being a 4-star. I did really enjoy it. However, I felt like it just didn't hit that 5-star feeling because I kind of predicted where it was going. Definitely loved it. Definitely had a great time with it in terms of just enjoyment and just pure enjoyment. It was intense and I was definitely like glued to the story, but because I kind of suspected the twist was going to be that twist, I was like, oh, well, okay. But that said, it didn't take away from like my overall enjoyment or just love of the story. I really loved that I was right. I loved the way that it ended. I thought it was beautiful and perfect and not something that you always see. The characters felt so easy to connect with, so well-rounded and present in like the story. I was so like gripped to each of their individual journeys. Their chemistry felt entirely natural and amazing. I loved it. Perfect mix of angst and sweetness with like all of the side characters, which I love in a small town romance. But yeah, that said, while I did piece it together, I still think I will continue with this series and overall really enjoy it. I have started the next book, and that is Spiral by Bel Cabra. This is the second book in the series. While I am enjoying it, I wouldn't say that I am obsessed with it just yet, but I am like 25% of the way through. I really have nothing to report. This is going to be a fake dating romance, which I love a fake dating romance. She has like really problematic parents that are like on the run, and she is protecting her younger brother, and he has diabetes, and the person that looks out for her is her uncle, and her uncle is the CEO, president of the hockey team that Eli plays for. Sage is trying to become a ballet dancer, just keeps getting rejected because she's not famous enough. He's always in the media because, you know, everyone's like, he's a playboy, and her uncle is really angry at him because he's not doing well, he's too distracted, not doing enough on the rink. So they come up with a plan to fake date so she can like gain some notoriety and he can have her uncle take him seriously. So the media stops talking about him and like random girls and all that kind of stuff. So very much typical ice hockey romance, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but I'm just like coasting through it and having a good time. I have read more of Spiral. Everything that happened is kind of gone completely out of my brain. Completely out of my brain. Which means it's not really grabbing me the way that it should. Am I enjoying it? Yes. Is it fun? Yes. Maybe just like hockey romances are not going to be 5 stars for me anymore. Maybe that's what it is. I don't really know. And I'm not necessarily like a super judgy reader. I'm not getting the depth that I want from books. I'm getting these books that are just kind of surface level. I want some depth. Like even I read Wildside this year and that didn't get a 5-star. So I don't know. It is miserable right now, and this is probably potentially the sliding. I'm not really sure. My hair's a little bit gross from the rain because I had to go out in the rain, but I'm here to give updates, doing a mass update because clearly I just can't do updates properly, but I make my notes and then I like read off my notes. So bear with me. This was definitely like a sweet, easy read. However, it was not memorable. I don't really remember anything specific about this book. Easy read. I had a good time with it overall. I really like Sage as a character. She's very driven. Alias had this gorgeous sweetness to him. Every single moment that Sage and Alias were together was just so cute and like heartwarming. Banter, I was 10 out of 10. I was really like invested in them, but they just felt undercooked. The ending felt rushed for me. It didn't leave me with any sort of emotional impact that I really wanted. It's the kind of story that you probably just enjoy for the moment, and then once it's over, it's like, oh, well, okay, that's it. I'm done. I move on from it. I think there's like something lacking from college hockey romances for me. I don't know whether I've sort of outgrown them or if there's just some sort of just laziness, similarities between all of them. I don't know. They're not giving me what I want them to give. They're either like really smart focused or they're trying to get deep and emotional without the correct way of doing it given the age group. So I think this author and me are like coming to its end. I don't know if I'm going to continue with the rest of her books. Same with like Peyton Corinne. If someone that I super trust with their reviews comes out and says, I loved this book, it was amazing, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I probably would pick it up then. But until that point, I think I'm done. And that's that. Okay, this room is the biggest dumpster fire you've ever seen in your life, but I'm about to start potentially a 5-star read. I am starting Catherine Cowell's newest release on audiobooks, Chasing Shelter. If you guys can see that, I have the early release copy. I'm very excited. This is a long one for Miss Catherine Cowell's, so I am curious to see how this goes. I'm about to start cleaning my house, so she's come here seeking sanctuary, never meant to fall for this broody single dad next door. I love single dad, and this is one of the ones I've been definitely very excited for out of this whole series. I think that my most anticipated from this series is the last book, this book, and the previous one. So I am fucking excited. That said, my favorite was book 3, which was the single mum one. I just don't remember what it was called because I listened to it a long time ago. Did I listen to the audiobook? I really don't remember. It was before Beautiful Exile. Broken Harbour. Broken Harbour was my favorite of this series, and yeah, I'm definitely excited for this one. The last one though is going to be an absolute slay, I think. Obviously she's running away from something, so it has the perfect concoction of a 5-star read for me. So I'm hoping this is my 5-star. If it's not, maybe I'll try another Catherine Cowell's. Maybe, I don't know. We will see. I am a lot further through Chasing Shadows than I expected to be updating, but I kind of really enjoyed my time listening along, doing the things that needed to be done. So I am like just over 50% of the way through it. I just don't know if it's going to be a 5-star. It's going to be highly rated, that's for sure. I really am enjoying it. I think it's just going to depend on what happens in the second half. The romance is so sweet. He is so obsessed with her. She's so obsessed with him. Like, their romance is beautiful. I think it's perfection in terms of like just all the things that I want a Catherine Cowell's book to hit. I think it just depends on where the plot goes. I think the plot is very obvious though. I still think that it's like a little bit slow burny. I just want some more sweet, cute moments of their relationship building. It's just not quite there. It is a longer book, so we still have like a good chunk to go. So I'm not ruling it out just yet. Still have 50%, 6 hours left of the book to go. So there's still like a really good chunk left. I just love Catherine Cowell's. Perfect comfort book for me. I know what I'm getting from Catherine Cowell, so it's just comforting. It's what I needed from a book. So yeah, I'm gonna keep going. I'm here to wrap up my thoughts and feelings on Chasing Shelter, which I loved. I needed a couple of days to ruminate on it to figure out whether it was a 5-star, but I have officially decided it is not a 5-star. It is very close. It is like a 4.5, 4.75. It is very hard to compete with Broken Harbour, which is one of my favorites in this series and probably one of my favorite Catherine Cowell's books of all time. She is a queen, and I very much rate her books on a scale of like all her other books, and I don't necessarily compare them to other books. I just rate on like how much I love books because all of her books are freaking fantastic. I don't think I've really given any of them below a 4-star. However, they're all great. So as Catherine Cowell's does, this book always hit all the marks that I wanted to hit. No third breakup. There's always a third act conflict that's resolved. There's communication. There is an amazing cast of side characters. Obviously this series has the entire family. It's a found family / siblings one. Plus we have an iconic grandmother who likes to dabble in some recreational substances. It is always very funny. I loved Trace. He was definitely one of the boys that like we didn't know a lot about. We knew that his story was going to be quite full on. I was so broken by his story, but I loved him so much. I loved what Ellie did for him. I think their dynamic together was chef's kiss. I could not get enough of them. I think that they are fantastic. The push and pull, she just gave so much warmth to him and his daughter, now the heater. There was so much chaos wrapped in this beautiful world. He was just broody, but in the best possible way, but he was just so soft for her, and that's exactly what I love in Catherine Cowell's books and these books in general. They definitely gave each other the space they needed to grow, heal, which is, again, like the parts of my checklist that I really like books to hit. And in The Single Parent, I love when the romantic interest has a really good connection. So we had Ellie connecting so beautifully with Keely. It was so heartwarming. It just, I don't know, I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. The suspense, once again, blindsided me. Not where I was expecting it to go, but then again, I still freaking loved it. Sometimes you can sort of predict things and I still love it, but this one just blew me out of like the water. I did not expect that at all. And I don't know whether Catherine Cowell is simply a genius or I'm just really bad at seeing it coming and I just get too immersed in the romance and I just don't look for the clues, even though I probably should look for the clues. But I don't know, definitely a solid entry from Catherine Cowell. If you haven't read Catherine Cowell, I definitely recommend picking up this series. I love the mystery, love the characters, I love everything about it, and I know that when the next book hits, I'm going to be so sad to say goodbye to this series, but the next book in this series is going to be my freaking favorite. It is Foster Siblings, and I can't wait. I can't wait. We got breadcrumbed for this so hard in this book, and I cannot wait, like truly cannot wait. But that's it. That's my thoughts and feelings. See you guys in the next book. Time for my next read on the quest to find a 5-star. We are starting Merit by Perry. I haven't read a Daphne Perry book, I think, all year, so I'm very excited. I used to have like multiple Daphne Perry books getting me through a year. Now there's not as many, which is sad for me, but like I get it. Like I get it. I know this is the last book in the Treasure State Wildcat series. I don't know anything about it though. Like I don't know the tropes. I don't know anything. I literally have no idea. I'm going in pretty blind, but it's a Daphne Perry book, so it could quite easily be a 5-star. So I'm going to try starting it now. We'll reconvene. Hello friends, this is a straight angle, but I am currently warming up my breakfast. I read a good chunk of Merit last night. I don't know how far I'm into it. I think I'm like less than 20% of the way through it, but definitely enjoying it. It is like means to lovers, childhood friends. They were like best friends as kids, and then they went through that like pre-teeny teen phase where they would pick on each other, so they started hating each other. And Maverick's mum is dying, and she's like, "Can you please just like go on a date, make up?" Because obviously she's like biggest dream is like them to end up together. They can't stand each other, and they are like, "Okay, we'll go." So they went on one date. It was a disaster. And then I'm at the point where like they're agreed to a second date because he's like, I just want to do this for my mum. I just want to do this for my mum. So obviously I'm assuming that they're going to continue to fake date, and then they will like to make the mum happy, and then obviously they're going to fall in love, which is all the of romance that I always love and enjoy. Maverick is a very complex character. He's like a known playboy, but he's changed his sort of ways, and he's like, I'm not like that anymore, but she just sees him as this guy that's like forever going to be a playboy. FMC is very, very feisty, very strong. She's wanted to take over her father's business, but he wants Maverick to take it over. Dad wants her to sort of like spread her wings and do other things, but he thinks that Maverick is better suited to taking over the business. So Maverick is also working in the business as the manager. She's not happy about it. I assume that the ending is going to be that they're going to be like co-owners, co-managers, that kind of thing. We've had little glimpses or mentions of Rush and Faye and their baby, which is like so cute, which is I definitely loved that book. It's probably my favorite in this series so far. I don't remember whether I gave it a 5 or a 4.5, but I quite enjoyed it. So I really hope I can give this a 5-star because I really need to like end this vlog. I feel like this has been going on for way too long. I'm gonna keep reading, check in with you later. Somehow we are back in the same location. 2 hours later, I am now cooking dinner. I just had my brows laminated and I think they look fucking fantastic. I have my lashes done, I had a lash lift done. I'm obsessed. Anyway, we are just over 50, probably just short of 60% of the way through Merit, and I am loving it. 5-star feeling. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the 5-star. Pretty sure this is gonna be the 5-star. I'm very, very impressed with this so far. They've just had their first spicy scene. So basically she is a virgin. They're gonna continue to fake date to keep her mum happy, but they are basically always a crush on each other, but then they had that childhood hate to love thing. And she is like, I just want to lose my virginity and I don't want to like think about it anymore. Can you take my virginity? And he's like, okay, I will, but like, I'm gonna continue this and I won't take the job with your dad. And they agreed. And now they've just had their first spicy scene. He's like reassured her, made her feel good about her body and all the things. And then he's just told his friend that Stevie's my girlfriend, and well, she's not really my girlfriend, but like she's mine. And I don't really give a fuck what anyone says. Like, that solidified the 5-star feeling. When he said that, like, she is mine, and we are like 60% of the way through it, he knows that she is his and he's gonna do whatever he can to have her. That's when I knew this is a 5-star. I'm going to keep going. If I have something more to say, I will update. But I am loving this, and it's reigniting my love for books. We have made it. Merit was my 5-star. I loved this so freaking much, and I realized that what I'm missing this year, and the reason why I'm not having many good 5-star reads, is because there is very few Devney Perry books coming out this year. This book completely stole my heart. I was invested from the first freaking chapter, and obviously, like, I love fake dating. It is one of my favorites, and this is how you do college sports romance well. I have been finding that college sports romances recently are just not hitting the way that they should. Obviously, throughout this video, you've seen me read 2 of them, and they just flopped for me. By the end of this book, I was an emotional wreck. There was this perfect mix of like love, tension, hate, anger, angst, amazing side characters, and just a story that will stick with me for the rest of my life. And that is the exact reason that I love Devney Perry books. Obviously, with Devney Perry books, there is always like amazing family dynamics. It added so much depth to this story. Maverick and Stevie had this unmatched chemistry, and watching them rebuild a friendship and then turn that into a romantic relationship, even better. I just wanted more and more and more, and I could not stop. I was like hooked, and I just could not put it down. So no question, this is an easy 5-star for me, and showed me exactly what I needed in a romance book this year, because I just am not hitting it. I need some level of, I need like a good romance, like no unnecessary drama, good character development, a journey that they all go on, and just like good side characters. This is like the perfect concoction for me. That is the end. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this. It was a long ride, a tough journey. This video was filmed over months. I tried to come back multiple times, but life just kept getting in the way, and this video took me freaking forever. It took me forever to find a 5-star read. It was driving me up the wall. Let me know in the comments below what a recent 5-star read is that you've read, and why you think I should pick it up, because I'm always on the hunt, obviously, for new reads and new recommendations. I truly hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to like and subscribe so you guys can stick around for the next video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So until then, happy reading!